Hi everyone, thank you for joining me. This is Connie with Prairie Paper Crafts. I want to welcome my new subscribers and thank you all for your continuing support and your wonderful comments. I really appreciate it. Coming on today to share with you the treat box, showing you how I put this together, give you the dimensions and everything, and I'll put one together. Just wanted to let you know that I'm not decorating the fronts of mine a lot. This is one of the paper pieces I had shared previously. And you can do anything with your pattern paper. Mine is Americana. I think it is from Echo Park. It's a 6x6 paper pack. I just recently purchased it, so I believe it's still available. I just put a little scallop circle and another stitched ovals or stitched circle here, ran it through one of my Cuttlebug folders, and you don't see a lot of that, but it adds a little. And then I just add a little bit of red stickles on there, and this blue star is from the Dollar Tree. I think it was some table scatter, so I just added that for a little bit, and then I'm just putting in some red paper, and my sister can fill the rest with the treats, and then I'll put them in the cellophane bags and tie them up for the individuals. So let's go ahead and get started. Get my pieces out here. So first of all, got all these pieces. What I started with was 2 tags. These are in Cricut Design Space. They are item M as in Mary 45A 3A. I cut these at 4.25 wide, 5 inches high. This does have a shadow art. This is the background. This does have another layer. It's just a little bit smaller. And that'll just come in with the sizing when you resize it. So I let the computer, Cricut Design Space, figure that out. So that's going to be my background piece. Then this piece is just another second layer of this same white shadow. And I just used some Nina 110-pound cardstock. It's not real heavy. It's kind of like your Georgia Pacific. If you get it at Walmart, I think they still have it. I haven't been to shopping for quite a while. But when you add the layers and the glue, and it all works. So whatever you choose to use. So on this piece, when you have the height, I lay it on the scoreboard, I should say this way. I'll bring my scoreboard in quick. So at the top of my scoreboard up here, I have mine marked at 3, and I think I actually went this way. Kind of did the best I could to get it even, but I marked from this score here to the bottom. It's 3 1/8 inches high. So you can get pretty close to that. Then what I did so they score that really well, obviously. And before you do anything further, I'm going to show you this top piece. What I did, this top piece, it's kind of hard to see because it's mostly white on white, but it is this piece, this inside top layer, and it is cut looking for my notes, 4.13 wide, 1.518 high. I used a square in Design Space, so I did a duplicate of this, and then I just, took a larger rectangle, square, whatever, sliced off, so I got this height, and it worked out really well. You could just cut the whole piece and use the bottom for another insert somewhere, but it's up to you. That's how I did mine. And then I have this piece, which is going to go on here. This piece is cut at 3.18 inch high, and actually it should be 3. I'm just trying to get my figures better here. I have to apologize. I'm going to make notes different. This was actually done at 3.25 high. So from this score to the bottom, it's 3.25. My apologies. I'm going to make a... Oh, I have it, and I didn't say it right. I have it written down right. So this piece is going to be the front panel when it folds down. So it'd be like this red piece on here. It's going to be mine because I use an 1/8 inch border. So it's 3 1/8 inch high by, let's see, 4 1/8 inch wide. So I'm going to go ahead and get that on real quick. Kind of have to work around my computer. I'm really sorry. I will be sharing with you the next 3 paper pieces. I think I'm going to do them all separate videos just because it's so much easier than trying to do them all at once. So I'll see once what I decide. I don't know. I really, from day to day, don't know. From video to video, I don't know. Whatever works at the time is what I do. Okay, so now you can fold this top flap down. I just glue it however. And my goodness, I do burnish my pieces down. Just easier. And whatever I decide to do with paper piecing, I'll show you all of the finished projects when I get them all done. Okay, then what I have here, excuse my reach, is a, can't talk today, can't think straight. I have a little border piece to fill in the top. That's why I don't have it all the way to the top. This little border piece is cut, I believe it's 4 inches wide. Yeah, it's about 4 1/8 inches wide. And then I just used a border punch, so you could put anything you wanted there. You could make that a little bit higher. This just works for me, so I will come back off camera and probably put some white, oh, well, I don't know if I'll do white liquid pearls or if I'll do some ruby slipper Nouveau jobs. I don't know. I'm not sure, but in my little holes, because I can't find my score tape, I do leave a little bit of a border there. But I just pop that down. And then I want to get this piece on. This is really fun paper. I just love it. Crazy enough, I got it special to make a card, 4th of July card. And then I was glad I had it when I was asked to do these, so everything works out for a reason, right? Sorry, I don't mean to bump the camera, the tripod, the table, however. Okay, now I also have a piece cut here. This is about, it's just shy of 1.5 inches wide, and then it's about 4 1/8 inches long. So now to form the box, you need a piece. My air conditioner, one moment. Sorry about that. I'm learning how to use the remote control on the air conditioner because I can't reach the air conditioner and I don't have a booklet with it, so I'll have to figure it out. Okay, so back to this piece. This piece is 2.5 inches wide, high, however you want it. If you go this way, 2.5 inches. Okay, my base of my box, this piece here is going to be 1.5 inches wide, and then this for length or height, again, however you want to do it, is 10 5/8 inches wide. And I specifically measured from this all the way around, and that's what I got, okay? Then to form the box, I'm going to bring my scoreboard back in. There's a trick to this. So from the long end at the top, score from one end, start here, and you're going to score it at 3 3/4 inches. So, what do I have? I've scored, just a moment here. I think this is the one that I initially did incorrectly. It's 3 1/4. I have my measurements so goofy. I am sorry. 3 1/4. Yeah, it's 3 1/4. That bottom piece will be okay. So it's 3 1/4 from the left side. Rotate your paper to down. I don't know, just flip it, so to speak. And then the other side, do 3 1/4 inches. So basically, on the long side, from each end, measure 3 1/4 inches. Just disregard this one. What that does is you measure your sides are 3 1/4 inches here. So if you do it from each side, your bottom box is going to be so much easier to figure out. Okay, and do burnish these really well. Make sure they're even. I do both sides, and I'm just going to kind of get that out of there a little bit. I think we'll be, yeah, it's going to be fine. I don't know how many people are going to look at the bottom of the box, so, you know, you really aren't going to see it. Before I go any further, on my score lines, I make a little V only up to that first score line right there. Just makes your box go together so much easier. And you want to do that on each spot that you score. You're going to be using your bone folder again. We're not done burnishing. I just remember to do this right away. You can do it after the next step, but it's really helpful to do it. So then what I do is come back, and I want to burnish each of my fold lines along the long side. And I'm sure I could design this all in Cricut Design Space, but you know, it's so much easier for me to do it this way. So well, maybe not. Now I'm going to flip it over and just give it a good fold. Now on the ends here, I would do a much smaller notch, not near as big as I did here. Again, this just will make it lay in there and you won't see it so much. So you don't have to have a lot, but you can kind of see that it just goes there really nice. So easier for me to go from the burnished side and cut instead of going into the burnish. So that's why I do it backwards. So here you basically have the quote-unquote base of your box. Then what I do, you know what? I apologize, this top layer we should have left off. You should put that on after you get your box on, but it will not matter if you do it the way I'm doing it, because you're going to fill it and you really won't see it. So if you messed up on one like I did, And since I used dark glitter glue, I don't think it's gonna come off. Almost positive. No, I'm not gonna be able to get it off. Had I used my beacon, I may have. So, not the end of the world. And I'm not gonna recut. You could do it on the back, but it's really gonna show. So, let's go on. Don't do what I do, right? The other ones I did all the same. I don't know, it's just crazy. The way I get mine down is I take the bottom corner here, match it up to that V there. You want to match the side up to the score line, but not over. Basically butt it up with just maybe a hair distance away. Okay, then you come in and here's the front. You can do the same with the bottom piece. If you're using tape, I would use a very strong adhesive, or if you aren't aware, if you use tape and glue together, wet glue, it gives you a lot more wiggle room. Well, not a lot, but it will help with wiggle time. So just a thought there. You're going to bring this piece up and go with that. And I'll show you in a minute. Just trying to get this. I hold it a little bit since I am using wet glue. Carefully put it down, and I do burnish. Now, all my sides, all three sides. As you can see when you do this, if you notch those a little bit, when you put this on, the front is where it's really important. You won't see it if there's a little bit of a gap or anything. It just lays nicer. I'm going to go ahead, speaking of the front, and I do, again, one piece at a time. And I only apply glue to one piece at a time just so I can get it. And it helps me to hold it up. And that bottom matched up. And then I try to burnish as I go, but not always easy. And then I tuck this piece in so this flap is out. They are mowing today. I can't win for losing with videos, but I have to get this done, so I hope you can bear with me. Just trying to kind of hold this bottom so it stays flat, and I'm going to go in and so I'm going to use my Cricut spatula because I can't reach with the bone folder I have out. Then I'm going to come in and do my last piece, and this one's a little bit trickier to get the glue on. And I reach down there with the tip of my bottle. You can make this any size you want. If you're familiar with making boxes, I kind of played around with the measurements. That's why I took me a little bit. But there's the finished box so far. Now, there's this piece that I said was about not quite 1 1/8 inch wide by about 4 1/8 inch tall. I just add some glue onto that, and I pop it in the bottom of the box. Oh, there we go again. One moment. I figured out that remote control. Got it turned off. I'm not mechanically inclined. Sorry. It's kind of, I got it though. I'm happy. So what I did was I put that piece in the bottom, and it stabilizes the bottom really well. So give you an idea there. I'm going, basically then you just put your paper piece on the front, or you decorate the front however you want. I'm going to put this, I need to get some different glue. I use all kinds of glue, obviously. I'm using Fabri-Tac right now, just putting some, well, maybe get it going. Been very, very humid and almost 100 degrees every day for the last week or week and a half now, and today is the first day it's finally cooling off, so hoping it doesn't storm too much. And then I just put this here. Again, use whatever you wish. I'm going to just lay that down for a minute. And that is the way I decorate, other than, like I said, I put my paper piece on however I want in front, fill it with some fill, and good to go. Now this one, it's kind of, you know, soft on the sides. By the time you fill it up, put it in a bag, it's not that big a deal. If you wanted, if you used heavier paper, or just put some, you know, I put that bottom piece in, just put that on the sides, those little extra pieces, and you have a really sturdy box. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, give me a thumbs up if you will, and if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to my channel. I will be back, like I said, with the other 3 paper pieces so we can get this project finished. I am working on a fairly large project. It didn't have a clue for dimensions or anything. I just saw a video and loved it, and I'm working on that. I have my design team project I work on every week. I have lots of things going on, so I hope you stay tuned. I will be, like I said, sharing more videos with you, and do want to thank you though today for joining me. Have a great day, everybody. Take care.